Alright, so we're going to solve x squared equals 8 minus 4x. We're going to do both algebraically and graphically. Okay. There's no way in this class I can cover every single type of equation. I'm going to assume you know how to solve linear equations. That means with an x in it, you get the x alone. Okay. So I wanted to cover a quadratic. Quadratic is degree 2. Could anybody tell me any methods that you used last year to solve a quadratic? Yes.
I know how to solve it, but I don't know the name.
Was it this?
Yeah.
Okay. What's that called? Quadratic formula. Okay. Now, here's the deal. There are other ways to solve quadratics. You can, if they are factorable, I'm going to show you in a little bit, you can factor and solve as well. But the quadratic formula is the one that always works. Okay? And so notice, we're going to just review one with quad formula. What has to be here in order to use it? What do you see over here? A 0, okay? And so this can't be in this form. I'm going to need to move things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rearrange that. Okay, so this is my method. This is how I'm going to do it. I am going to write x squared plus 4x minus 8 equals 0. So my A is 1, my B is 4, my C is negative 8. So we're going to write x equals negative 4 plus or minus 4 squared minus 4 times 1 times negative 8 all over 2 times 1. Alright, so what does the inside simplify to be? So 16 plus, because minus a negative, right?
48.
Yep, 16 plus 32. So that's going to simplify to be 48. We do not know the square root of 48 exactly, so you can either, at this point, do one of two things. You can use a calculator. Gosh, where is my calculator? I don't even know, it's been so long. Did I take it home? I did. Which is approximately 6.928-ish. Or let's work on simplifying radicals while we're here, okay? So 48 is the same as that, right? And we can simplify the square root of 16 to be what? 4. Anything else? You're like, whoa, that's a lot at before 8 o'clock in the morning, ladies. Divide everything by 2. Yep, you can. Okay. I picked this problem because I really covered about 4 things in there, okay? We covered quadratic formula, simplifying square root, well, maybe not 4, maybe 2. Solving a quadratic. Let's talk about graphically. By the way, go ahead and simplify this if you want, but I'm just trying to do some things exactly. You may leave it that way if you would like. Did you guys do a lot before with solving on your calculator graphically? No? Does anybody know how I would solve that graphically on my calculator? I'm going to kind of show you 2 different ways, okay? I do not care which method you use. Our book prefers the second way. The first way is that you could put this in Y1 and this in Y2, and you could find where the graphs intersect. So let me show you that way first. Trying to not get a glare. There we go. Okay, so I put those in there. I'm going to just use the standard window. Okay, so do you see that they intersect here and up there somewhere? So then we would just adjust our window. I just usually like to do that by hand. So I'm going to change because I want to see up my Y max. Okay. Oh no! I gotta change my batteries. Hopefully I can get through this one before the next hour. Oh, should I do that slower? I'm assuming you know how to do this. We cover this in Algebra 1. But maybe I need to go slower. You go to calculate. You go to intersect. Is this coming back to you? Yay, nay. Okay. And then you so now remember, what's my variable in the problem? X. So solving graphically, I'm going to just sketch this picture, okay? That's a terrible picture, I know. All right. One of my solutions is approximately 1.464. Now, could I put the y down? Sure, but that's not the solution to the problem because the solution is just what x is. Let's find the other one. I'm guessing you have not used a graphing calculator a ton?
No.
And so that's going to be an adjustment for you. Any exchange student that I've had, that's the case, that this is new. Have you used this before, Juan? No? Okay. Well, so we'll get you guys caught up to speed on it. Don't worry. It's basically just another method. We solve things algebraically, and graphically it allows us to graph things that are more complicated expressions that would take us a long time by hand. So do you notice there's two answers? Did anybody go back and check these guys? They're the same. -2 plus 2 root 3. 1.4, see that? And the other one checks out as well. Okay. Alright, so remember how I said there's two methods? And the book actually doesn't prefer this one, and here's why. Did we have to change our window to see this one? The book prefers that we set the equation equal to 0, because then you're always going to find your solutions at the 0 line at the x-axis, so you wouldn't have to change your window. Okay, so I'm going to show you a picture of that, but I'm not going to go through the whole process again, because I think those who know the calculator know how to do that. You would make one equation like this. And you notice it touches the x-axis twice. Guess what the two spots it touches it at are? 1.464. Okay. So in the book, when they say solve graphically by moving one expression to the other side, that's what they mean. But I do not care if you want to use intersection or if you want to set one side equal to 0. I have no preference. I will sketch a picture of it just so we see what the other method was for you guys. Okay, and just so I get them to be about where they're supposed to be, I'm going to